A girl was rushed to the hospital after a violent assault, but during the examination, doctors made a shocking discovery in her stomach. The attacker's severed genitalia. The victim had just been brought in by police. She was found lying on a park lawn covered in injuries. The girl had severe blunt force trauma to her head. Her hands were also badly wounded. The sexual assault test came back negative, so the doctors concluded she must have fought back, fiercely beating her attacker. But in the struggle, she suffered brutal blows causing internal bleeding. While searching for the source of the bleeding, doctors found the man's genital organ in her stomach. The scene must have been even more horrific than anyone imagined. After surgery, Dr. Gray carried a refrigerated box containing the severed organ, intended to hand it over to the chief resident, but instead he was told to keep it with him at all times. Under chain of custody rule, all medical evidence in rape cases must remain with the collector till police take possession. No matter where Gray went that day, he had to carry. His colleague George grew curious about the box. He tried to peek inside, but the moment Gray revealed its contents, George instantly regretted. As Gray entered the ICU looking at the unconscious girl with deep sorrow, she had just moved to the city days ago after losing her parents, and now this had happened. Dr. Xuan noticed Gray's distress and reassured he had alerted all nearby hospitals. The attacker would eventually seek medical help, and when he police were arrested, sure enough, not long after, a man drenched in blood from the waist down appeared at the ER entrance. He staggered out of a car, took a few steps, and collapsed. Gray immediately called the police. Then the man was wheeled into the hospital. When the resident lifted the blanket, he rushed in straight to the floor. Gray thought the girl's injury was shot, but the man on the table was in even worse shape. The girl had bitten off his genitals, leaving jagged tears. Digestive fluid had caused severe tissue necrosis. Reattachment was impossible. The only option was partial castration and suture. For the rest of his life, he relied on a catheter. His sexual function was gone forever. With police still upset, Gray kept carrying the evidence. Meanwhile, since the girl had no family, she stayed by her bedside all night. By morning, she still hadn't woken up. Then, during a conversation between the doctors, her mother suddenly went. Her intracranial pressure spiked. Xuan assembled a team for emergency brain surgery. Hours later, police finally arrived. Gray was relieved. No more hauling around the attackers remained. After operating on the girl, Xuan visited the perpetrators who he delivered to update. The good news, the bleeding was under control. The bad news, his severed organ was now placed as handcuffed to the bed. The man realized his life was effectively over. With the brave survivor, she eventually stabilized, and before long, she opened her eyes.